Greetings and welcome to the Ripple Effect. I am Selena. So, today's topic is still in the topic of Love is Blind, Sweden. Tonight's topic is going to be about Sergio and Amanda because there are so many life lessons regarding this particular couple. This probably will be my last video in regards to Love is Blind. So if you see me looking down, it's because I took a lot of notes because there are so many life lessons to get from this particular couple. So let's dive right in. So while they are dating in the pods, Amanda and Sergio are talking about relationships, and she mentions to him, like, I'm a Christian. And he talks about like religion, and he ends up saying that he's Catholic. And to me, she wants to verbalize and say that religion and stuff is important to her because her father is a pastor. Yet, that did not deter her from still continuing to date Sergio, because she stated that she wanted somebody who was similar in faith. Now, the Bible does state very clearly, do not be unequally yoked. Now, this is not to condemn or to call out any particular religion, what's right, what's wrong. But I will say, from my knowledge, from what I know, that being a Catholic and being a Christian are two different things as far as their beliefs, and that is as far as I'm going into it. We all have Google, so if you want to know deeper, look there. So that was one issue that I noticed when they talked about religion and everything, and she talked about her father being a pastor, and Sergio eventually met the father. I cannot remember the discussion he had with her father. To me, it seemed like a whole lot of double talk, saying a lot of something, but meaning a lot of nothing. But anyway, so ladies, when we are engaging in dating, and we know from jump, okay, you're a Christian. This is a Christian channel. If you are a believer, that's what you're claiming, saying you are a Christian. I'm sure there is a myriad of other definitions for Christian as far as, I don't know. I'm not even going to list them all. Like I said, Google is your friend if you want to know. But if you're dating someone who clearly says, I'm an atheist, I'm not a believer, why continue? Because the Bible says we shouldn't be unequally yoked. So if you're proclaiming, if you're saying that, yes, I'm a Christian, and in the dating stages, before you get any deeper, and they're saying that they believe something different, I encourage you to end the relationship there. You may continue to be that person's friend, but that shouldn't be something that you're building on, because what that does is produces confusion. Because if you think about your children in the future, if you're choosing to procreate with this particular person in covenant, in marriage, then saying I'm with one religion and my spouse is another, that creates a divide there. And that's all I'm going to say about being unequally yoked. The next thing is, while they were dating, Sergio told Amanda that he was not dating anyone else, that she was the only one. He was looking forward to dating her that particular day, and she's all giddy and excited and saying, like, I'm his only one, I'm his only pick. And then, like, dun dun dun, spoiler alert, they show Sergio go on to other dates with other women, and he's having a good time telling these sweet nothings to these other women. Then, I believe it was the next day or the day after, he comes in and then he breaks up, I guess, with the other two ladies, after he had already told Amanda she was the only one that he was dating. So when the women get together on their side, there's a discussion. Like, who did you break up with? What's going on? So then Amanda finds out that Sergio, in fact, was still dating two other ladies, and that what he said to her was not the truth. Okay? So one of the ladies there told her, as she's finding out that this is not the truth, like, girl, don't worry about it. It's okay. It doesn't matter, just, I'm going to get into that. Okay? So, like, boosting her head up, like, no, don't worry about it, even though he told a lie. And, like, for me, I'm black or white, hot or cold. A lie is a lie. Not a baby lie, not a white lie, not a little bitty fib. It's deception. And we know the father of deception is Satan himself. So, when she meets Sergio the next day, or the same day, I cannot remember, she calls him out like, hey, Didn't you tell me that I was the only one? And two other ladies came back and said, like, not really. You broke up with them after you said you wanted to be with me. So they show his face, and clearly he's trying to play all stupid, like he didn't know what was going on. Like, huh? What? And this is where Amanda, for me, made her mistake, because she gave Sergio an out. She says, hey, like, did you really say that, or was there some type of miscommunication? She gave a man an out. Now, she know he told a lie. She wasn't confused about it. She knew exactly what she heard when he told her, you're the only one. And then days later, he broke up with two other women. So he says to her, oh yes, it must have been some type of miscommunication. And then, before she can really rebuttal, he asks her, am I the only guy? And Amanda is so giddy, like, yeah, of course, you're the only guy I'm dating. So one, zero accountability on his part. Then two, he shifted the conversation to ask about who she was dating. And then when she's saying, like, I think it's only you, or trying to rationalize what's going on, because in her mind, the wheels are turning. And so he switches the conversation to asking her, who is she dating? And when she says it's no one else, then he's like, okay, yeah, it's only been you. It's just a miscommunication. Yes, it's you. And then he says, like, Amanda is my girlfriend. I have a girlfriend. And so she's so giddy about that. And in the, I think, diary videotape, she's like, yeah, I was so pissed about it. But now I have a boyfriend. Life lesson number 2, ladies, okay? Now, God has given us intuition, and especially if you're in your prayer closet. I don't know how pristine it's going to be if you're getting high, you're drinking, you're smoking. Things are going to have a little ambiguity in it. But if you're in your prayer closet while you're dating, and you're really praying and asking God, is this the person for me? Show me this man's heart. Because a lot of guys can bump the gums. So make sure that you're praying, okay, God, what's in his heart? What really is the truth? And when he reveals it, trust and believe. God cannot lie. I once heard a pastor say, the devil speaks lies like we speak English. That hit my spirit. And the fact that she knew he was lying, but she gave him an out, like, is it just miscommunication? And there are some women who have done the same thing. Know outright that a man has just told you a bold-faced lie, and yet we acquiesce. We don't stick to our guns. We give the person an out to say, oh, it's just miscommunication. Now, of course, we're not perfect. There can be miscommunication. But when you know you've heard the truth, and he clearly has told a lie, stick to your guns. Have this man force him. Well, let me not say force, okay? You want to question him so he has a level of accountability to say, okay, yes, I made a mistake. This was wrong. Because this is just going to build if he has no accountability on something small, a baby issue, infinitesimal issue. So that's life lesson number 2. Then, okay, I think I'm going to progress to the reunion because there was such juicy tidbits at the reunion. So, Amanda and Sergio are at the reunion. Now, I noticed, that Amanda looks a little different in her face, okay? Just a little bit thick around, just a little bit of biscuit up there. And so I'm like, oh, they're probably going to announce she's having a baby. No big deal, okay? Because I think it's a year later that the reunion is being taped. So, let me backtrack. So, there was a rumor, okay, on the show that Sergio had some woman pregnant in Barcelona, I think it was. I can't remember if that's the correct place. If it's not, watch it on Netflix. Now, he was saying that he didn't know anything about it, and he wasn't sure what was going on. But to me, he very danced around the issue to say whether he outright knew anything. It's like, I don't know. Oh, that's a shame. He didn't really, for me, come out and say, like, I don't know anything about this. I don't know who the woman is. It was just more or less like, who started the rumor? Who said that? Oh my goodness, it's in a group chat? Like, things like that. So the same ladies who were trying to tell Amanda, like, it's no big deal when he said he was dating someone else and he lied about it, are the same women who was like, yeah, girl, I'm just trying to have your back. It's a rumor out there that he has a baby, and we're just trying to look out for you. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see you hurt. Watch your circle, ladies. And so there's just this rumor out. Nobody seems to know the beginning, the epidemiology of the rumor, okay? So she says, ask him about it. He doesn't know. Now, ladies, okay? Life lesson number 3. If there is someone saying that the man you're dating, heaven forbid, is the man you're married to, has a child out there, wouldn't you want to do your research before you dig deeper into the relationship? Now, that could be just me, okay? But I would be on my investigativeness, and I would see, is this true? And if so, and you're the man, wouldn't you want to know if you have other children out there? Wouldn't you want to see? So, fast forward to the reunion. They're talking about the rumor. The host asked him about what's the rumor, what's going on. And something about Sergio, okay? He very dances around and answers instead of being forthright and saying, like the scriptures say, let your nay be nay, your yes be yes. So they're asking him about the rumor. So he says no, I don't have a child in Barcelona, but I do have one in Sweden. So, spoiler alert, it was true. He did have a child out there. Now, this might be, I think, life lesson number 4. Pay attention, ladies, to this one, because it is very important. Okay? Es muy importante. Okay? So, when they asked her, and poor little Amanda, she looked like one of those women, tangent, she looked like one of those women when a husband is caught up in scandal, some type of politician, judge, pastor, who's caught up in scandal, and the wife is just sitting, stand by your man. That's how she is, just standing there, yes, yes, smiling, posing, looking pretty, while to me, okay, he's making you look like a fool, okay, an absolute fool. I'm not understanding. She just sat there and yes, and oh, it was just a rumor. So she says that she didn't know whether it was true or not, that they both, emphasis on both. Now, Amanda, you can't speak for a man. You were comfortable with it because she said they both were comfortable with getting married, thinking that it was just a rumor. Both of them weren't comfortable. She was comfortable with going right ahead. Because one thing about Sergio, he was hot and cold, in and out. When she had revealed earlier that she had been bullied for having scoliosis, he's in the guys' lounge area saying he wants to dump her and that he's all superficial. He's worried about her looks and stuff. That's another life lesson, ladies. If you share your soul with a man and you're being vulnerable, and saying things that you've overcome, could be bullying, could be whatever your insecurities are. And he's like, I don't know if I now want to be with you. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Because if that's something to deter how you feel, you can't just take me as a buffet, get to pick and choose what you want. It's me in the entirety. So, moving along, as they were at the reunion, and they're talking about, the child and how they found out about it 2 months after they already got married. Now, another life lesson, okay? Now, when Amanda said she was comfortable with it just being a rumor, okay? This is what she should have picked up, ladies. Pay attention, okay? He was living life very reckless. That means he was having unprotected sex with women. Now, that's the only one who got pregnant. I'm just saying, I don't know Sergio's lifestyle, but just how he present himself on the show, trying to be all mysterious, not wanting to give his name out, all these things at 37. Okay, you knocking on the 40 door, and this is the behavior that you have. And when he was like, I didn't know about it, and now you do know. And she was all comfortable with it and saying that it was okay. So knowing that he was living a life that was reckless, because if you do a little science, okay, you really don't get pregnant the first time. I'm just saying, I'm sure there are ladies who are the exception to the rule who got pregnant on their first time on that merry-go-round. But what I'm saying is, The fact that one, he was living life reckless, having unprotected sex, and then she was okay with that. So now we are the receivers. So now she's entering something in her body. And now, then they reveal on the show, oh yes, oh Amanda, she's like, I'm pregnant too. Here's another life lesson, all right? I don't know what number I'm on. But when she revealed that, like I said, she had this posture of just being, to me, the like Stepford Wives. And she was just all glossy and smiley about what was going on and saying that she's pregnant. So within a year's time, he has a baby with another woman. And now you're about to have his baby. Now, this might step on a few toes. And if it does, it's the truth anyhow. So the fact that she had a baby by him so quickly after he had already took a paternity test, because that's what he said, that he took a paternity test and the child is his, okay? You didn't even get time to adjust to you being another mother, I guess, to a child that's not yours. Now you're bringing another child into the relationship, and Sergio got 2 kids by 2 different women in such a short time span. Now, I'm not judging anybody if that's the type of lifestyle that you lead. However, if you think that's something that's going to keep a man, you're mistaken, ladies. You're mistaken. Go ask the single mothers out there. Go ask them if they thought that trap was going to work. Now, if you aren't laying a trap, I'm not saying that you did, but I'm just saying, looking on the outside, okay, how Amanda seemed to be so caught up into who Sergio was. Like, the more cold he was, the hotter she got. And it was back and forth. And she, to me, it seemed like, I don't know if she was afraid of rejection, being that she was dealing with her insecurities or what have you, but the fact that he was able to lie to her and she accepted it. He was hot and cold with his emotions when she revealed her insecurities and she accepted it. Then it was a rumor about him having a child out there. Location does not matter. The fact that it was in a different city does not matter, but the fact that he was living reckless and she knew about it and she accepted it. Then she married him. Then she ended up getting pregnant by him. Like, all these red flags, and she's still sitting up there with a clown smile on her face. And so the life lesson, ladies, is when God is revealing these things to you, when you're in your prayer closet and you see these things, like lying is a character flaw. I'm sorry to say it. It's a character flaw. It's a defect, okay? Because there are certain ways that you can approach a situation. I'm very brutally honest. People have told me that. I don't know how to sugarcoat. Oops, I don't. If you ask me something, I'm going to tell you the truth. Now, if you don't want your feelings hurt, then don't ask me. Because I'm not about to sugarcoat something deep fried and give it to you. I'm going to give it to you raw. And so the problem is she was willing to accept so much just to say that she has a man. Because in the videotape, she was like, yeah, I'm so upset about it, but I have a boyfriend. Just like many of women who are in our society, we accept so much. We want to be that ride or die. Why we got to die? Didn't Jesus Christ die for us already? Why must we be the ones who are accepting so much in a relationship just for the sake of saying that we have a man, we have a husband, we have a boyfriend, we have a fiance, just for that sake? When there are good, decent, honest, God-loving men out there who will put you first, who are honest, who will treat you like Ephesians 5 says, why settle? And poor little Amanda, I hope, you know what I'm saying, if she see this video, because you never know, I might blow up, who knows, that sis, you get in your prayer closet and that you really evaluate the life decisions and choices that you're making. And for women who are out there, who are living, her life mirrors it, take time and slow down. I know so many ladies who are in a rush to have a man, to get the house, to have kids. Like, what's the hurry? What's the hurry? I understand people think, okay, we're on our clock is ticking to have children. But there is no delay in God's timing. And when we realize that, when we understand it, when we accept that God's timing is perfect, that we don't need to rush, we don't need to accept the lies and maltreatment coming from a man just to have one, we will be at peace. So that's it for today, ladies. I know it was a lot, but it was a lot of things I wanted to cover in discussing the subject of Sergio and Amanda. So if there's anything I missed or you have some comments, go ahead and list them below. I love to see what you guys write. So once again, don't forget to check out my new website, calmforsinglemoms.com, and thanks so much for watching.